Yun. So, hi guys. Welcome back to my channel, Doc Rodsky TV. For today's vlog, pag-uusapan natin paano ma-approve ang inyong proposed title sa unang step ng inyong paggawa ng inyong thesis or dissertation. Iba-iba kasi yan sa kada institution. Halimbawa, dito sa atin sa UCC, sa University of Caloocan City, malalaman mo na ikaw ay malapit ng title defense kapag nakapag-enroll ka na ng STW sa masteral, no? Sa doctorate, SDW, Seminar in Thesis Writing or Seminar in Dissertation Writing. So, doon mangyayari yung professor ninyo, magpapasahin kayo ng mga titles. Pero sa ibang kasi, university, yung ginagawa nila, yung mismong tatlong proposed titles, doon pinag-uusapan sa title defense. Sa UCC, meron ng title defense, meron pang pre-title, na yun naman ay gawain na nung professor sa STW or SDW. Then, tatlong step yan para ikaw ay makagraduate, makamit mo yung iyong diploma sa iyong in-enroll na kurso sa graduate program. So, yung una nga, yung title defense. Yung sunod, pre-oral defense. And yung last, yung final defense. Sa ibang school, ang tawag dyan, title, proposal, then final. Sa UCC, yun ang tawag natin sa tatlong bahagi na yun. So, pagkapasa mo nung title defense, before kang mag-pursue sa pre-oral, kukuha ka muna ng comprehensive examination. Kailangan may pasa mo yun. Bakit? Yung kasi yung nagsasabi na ikaw ay ready na for your study. Na lahat ng mga teorya, mga learnings you accumulated, ay pwede mo lang i-put into practice. Specifically, diyan sa maaprobahan mong research. Kasimulan na natin. Ano ba yung kailangan mong meron ka, no, sa paggawa o sa pagharap mo sa mga panel sa title defense? Usually ano yan, yung advisor o yung STW professor will serve as the advisor for the meantime, kasi wala ka pang advisor niyan. Tapos yung dalawang panelist na of course meron silang expertise doon sa field na uupuan nila, kung MAED ba yan ba yung Master of Arts in Teaching the Early Grades, yan ba ay MBA, PhD, or DPA, and so on and so forth. Okay. And of course, sa UCC, very supportive ang aming dean. He always monitor the scheduled defenses. So, ngayon online, so maaaring Zoom, o kaya Google Meet yan, or other platforms na pwedeng i-recommend sa inyo na gamitin ninyo. I would like you to remember this, no, sa mga ating aspirant or mga researchers natin. Failure to prepare is the preparation to fail. Dapat handa ka sa gagawin mong study na ito. Kailangan meron kang una, you have the goal or the objective. Kung ano man ang iyong goal, may it be personal or professional, ay kailangan alam mo. Of course, isama mo sa goal mo yung matapos mo yung thesis mo, matapos mo yung study mo, yung dissertation mo. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, nung unang vlog, marami dyan, pag na-promote na, ayaw na magtuloy. Pangalawa, you should have the resources. Kailangan ready ka, no? From the resources of financial, of the materials, for example, yung mga cellphone, recorder, laptop, desktop, printer, no? Lahat ng mga pwede mong magamit sa iyong pagsulat ng iyong study. And then, yung third, kailangan meron kang team na bubuuin or at least man lang kabady mo, no? Kasi siyempre, di ba, classmate kayo sa STW, sa inyong SDW class, at least man lang may kapartner ka kasi mas dumadali ang trabaho pag dalawa kayo, no? O kaya, kung talagang gusto mo solo ka, wala nang problema yon. Pero siyempre, people needs people. So, yun ang kasimple yun. Kung makakuha ka ng tulong na pwede mong makuha in a very modest form, no, na hindi ka naman magkakaroon ng utang na loob na sobra-sobra, much better yun. So yun, kailangan meron kang goal or objective, resources, and meron kang team or at least man lang kabady-body mo. Okay? So, begin with the end in mind. So nakita mo na, preparado ka na, no? Then, pag prepare ka na, doon nga, sa UCC nga, yung STW professor mo or SDW professor mo, na-approve na yung titles mo from the 3 proposed, sa kanya pa lang yung isa na-approvehan na. Yun ngayon ang i-offer mo, ipopropose mo sa panelist mo during the title defense. Okay. So, ito yung mga tip ko sa inyo. Ano ba yung mga common na tinatanong ng mga panelists sa title defense? And yes, I'll give you possible answers also sa mga tanong na ito. Okay ka lang ha? Itong mga tanong na ito ay hindi ito nakakahon. Kada panelist, syempre may kanya-kanya silang mga inquiries or ideas depending on the situation. Each research can be unique and different from any other researches even though you have the same focus. Mamaya malaman mo yan. So ito ay idea, ito ay tips na pwede kong ibigay sa inyo based from my experiences as a panel at sa mga naririnig ko sa mga panelists, and of course, yung pinakakultura. No? I'm talking about the culture of University of Caloocan City. No? So, kung ibang institution ka belong, wala nang problema yan because there are some questions which are generic or good for everybody. So, sige, simulan na natin. Question number 1 na pwedeng itanong sa iyo. Possible question na pwedeng itanong. What prompted you to pursue this study or this research? No, ano ba nagtulak sa iyo? Ba't ka interesado sa gantong research? Yan ang unang possible na question. Ano naman ang yung possible na answer? Siyempre, for example, sa akin nga, ang field ko ay psychology, guidance. So, ang focus ko ay about guidance program, guidance services, guidance teachers. So, what prompted me to study this? Because ito ay align sa aking specialization. And, pwede mo sabihin, what are the gaps? What are the phenomenon you have observed na kailangan talaga ng research? Diba, I told you sa una kong series, ang first part na hindi pwedeng gusto ko lang. Ay, baka hindi ka aprobahan ng ng panel mo. Kailangan may parating mo sa panel ano yung core ng yung study para maunawaan ng panel na ito pala yung gusto mong aralin at karapat dapat mong aralin at karapat dapat ka sa study na yan. Okay. Question number 2. Maring abang binabasa ng panel yung title mo, they will ask this. What do you mean or how will you define kung ano man yung nandun sa title mo? Halimbawa, nilagay mo doon sa study ko, guidance teachers. O, diba? Usually, ang tawag dyan, guidance counselor. So, they will ask you, what do you mean by guidance teacher? Kailangan ready ka. Kailangan yung mga wordings na nilagay mo doon sa title mo, alam mo yung kahulugan. May it be conceptually defined or operationally defined. When I say operationally defined, kung paano mo ginamit doon sa iyong study. Conceptually, coming from dictionary, coming from a source na inadapt mo. Alam mo yun. Di mo pa sabihin na guidance teacher, basta yan pong tawag, doc hindi pwede yun, no? Kaya nga yung basihan ng panel to approve your title, your proposed title together with your advisor, nakadependente sa iyong isasagot. Kaya be careful, be mindful, and be alert in answering inquiries. Sige, number 3. Pwedeng tanong na what is or what are the legal basis of your research? Mahalaga yun. No? Because having a research, kailangan yan, you are aware of the legalities of what you are doing. Like for example, sa case ko, yung guidance teacher, RA 9258, Republic Act 9258, or the act allowing or requiring the guidance counselor to take board examination for them to be called RGC or Registered Guidance Counselor. Oh, yes, Doc, meron po. I have this legal basis, which is RA 9258, blah, 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 blah. I-explain mo sa kanila yun. Kailangan maramdaman ng panel na alam mo yung ginagawa mo, alam mo yung sinasabi mo. Okay? So, next possible question. Ito, magandang tanong to. Isa to sa mga paborito kong tinatanong. Who will be your respondents? No? Halimbawa, yung inaral nga ni wife ni Professor Rhea about preschoolers, definitely, they cannot be the respondents. So, sasabihin mo. Halimbawa, ang inaaral mo, school heads, no? You are taking up your doctorate program. Sabihin mo, the school heads now, there will be two groups of respondents, the school heads and the teachers. Yun. Kaya po, there will be 3 groups of respondents. Depende yun sa needs na data na kailangan mong pagkunan. So, kailangan aralin mo din. And then, maaaring itanong nila, are they accessible? How will you conduct the survey? So, mag-ready din kayo doon. Diba? Sabi ko nga, pag qualitative interview, you will be recording your interview, maaaring FGD yan, or the focus group discussion, or individual interview. Pero kapag quantitative, yan, pwedeng Google form, no? O kaya yung ipaprint yung questionnaire, ibigay personally sa local of the study, kung saan man yung lugar na yun. Okay. Next possible question. Ito, ano din to? Madalas ko itanong ito. What theory that will support your study? Diba? May konsepto ka na, diba? So, ano namang teorya? Kung meron ka ng legal basis, may konsepto ka na, anong teorya ng edukasyon, no? Ng business, ng management, ng politics, o anuman na teorya na pwede mong gamitin sa iyong study. The theoretical framework will serve as one of your basis na papalakasin mo yung study mo. For example, you are talking about remediation program. Pwede mong gamitin yung teorya ng scaffolding. Okay? You are about to research on teaching strategies. No? Pwede mong gamitin kay Albert Bandura, observational learning theory. Okay? You are talking about the different potentialities of the students, of the learners. Pwede mong gamitin yung multiple intelligences by Howard Gardner. So, something like that. So, kailangan yung teorya, alam mo din. Pag tinanong ka, what theory you will be utilizing? The theory I will utilize is about multiple intelligences by Howard Gardner, which is also a product of his doctorate degree. According to Howard Gardner, blah, 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 blah. Kailangan yung sinasabi mong mga salita, may basihan ka. May reference ka. Okay. Next possible question na tanong sa iyo. Okay? What are the variables? Diba, sinabi ko sa inyo yun, diba, about the variables? Dalawa, the independent one and the dependent variables. O, doon sa una kong vlog, sa unang series, unang part, alamin mo na ano yung cause, the independent variable, ano yung effect doon sa dependent variable. No? So, tatanong sa iyo yung kailangan masagot mo rin yun. Para alam nila na alam mo sino-sino o ano-ano ang magiging resulta ng study mo base doon sa binigay mong variables. Next, possible question. Sasabihin sa iyo nung panel, there are previous studies prior to this. What makes your study unique from them? Yan. Siyempre, halimbawa, yung study mo about teachers' performance and academic performance of the students. Diba, marami nang study niyan, lalo sa MAED, no? Sa Master of Arts in Education program, usually ang ibinabangga o ang nirelate sa isang independent variable, yung academic performance. Kaya nga dito mahalaga, tinatanong namin yung researcher, kung teacher siya, do you have any ancillary services? Kasi baka pwede mo nang gamitin yon, no, as a part of your research. So, kailangan may paliwanag mo. For example, although marami nang nag-aral regarding the teaching styles ng mga guro at yung academic performance ng mga estudyante, but your study shall be different from them, though with the same topic. It's because studies happened 2019. Face-to-face pa yon, di ba? Wala pang pandemya. So, sa'yo ngayon, yung aralin mo, same topic, but different setting. 2021 or 2022, we are under pandemic. So, magkaiba yun. That makes your study unique from the other studies conducted pre-pandemic. Okay, so next. Maaaring itanong din sa'yo, what is the timeline of your research? Yan. Sa UCC, we give 1 year for the researcher to finish the research, no? At least 1 year, no? Matapos mo yan. So, tingnan mo, kung gusto mo i-conduct, meron bang pre-test and post-test? Maaaring meron kang diagnostic test by the start of the school year, and by the third quarter, kukunin mo na yung diagnostic test. O, pwede yun. Kung meron ka namang i-apply na mga strategies sa teaching, o maaaring ano lang yun, 1 quarter lang. So, you may answer the panel na it will be conducted for the school year 2021-2022. Isang school year po. Swak doon sa aming timeline na ibinigay sa inyo. O kaya, sa minimum timeline na matapos mo yung iyong study. Of course, itatanong din sa iyo ng list sa researcher, what could be the greatest contribution of your study. Kailangan may sabi mo sa kanila na you are convincing them, you are selling them your study na kailangan yun bilhin nila, by approval, So, sabihin mo na this could be an opportunity for us to discover this particular technique, or this could be an opportunity for us to improve. Yan. Para makita ng mga panelists mo na yung gagawin mo merong katuturan. Hindi siya ulit ilalagay lang sa shelves for compilation. Makita nila na at the latter part of your research, talagang OBE yan, outcomes based, Makikita nila na meron kang ipopropose, at the end part of your study, based on your findings, meron kang recommendation na makakatulong talaga, sa aspeto ng edukasyon, sa field ng business, sa field ng governance, and etc. So, may papakita mo sa kanya na yun. And last, siyempre, sabihin sa'yo ng panel, if we will approve this, sabi ng panel, can you promise us to finish this study? O kasi, sayang ang effort. Yung iba nga, ulitin ko, pag title defense, ayaw na magtuloy. Yun. So, sasabihin nyo, yes, I will finish the course. Para yung mga panel, specifically sa UCC, kung sino ang umupo ng title nyo, most likely, sila ang uupo sa pre-oral and final defense. Kung may schedule na conflict, at least may maiwan na dalawa or isa na nag-panel ng title defense. Anyway, meron naman yan, meron naman siyang record na written, tsaka yung iba, inaalaw namin ngayong new normal lang mag-video or audio record. Anyway, we have another vlog on that, sa mga kailangan ng mga dokumento at mga requirements for each defense session. Okay? So, yun nga. So, pag yung mga guide questions na yan, ay at least may idea ka na, siguro 90% to 95% approve ang title mo. As easy as ABC. Diba? So, syempre, yung mga factors na kailangan mo na i-consider, dapat smarte ka, Kailangan nakabase ka ng maayos, Kailangan, kung hanggat maaari, sa mga advice ko, I always advise them, even pa nung face-to-face, naka-formal attire, corporate attire. To show respect sa ating panel, at syempre, to show the panel that you are serious on this endeavor. And then, syempre, kailangan din ipakita mo sa amin, na alam mo yung sinasabi mo, alam mo yung ginagawa mo. And pangatlo, ipakita mo sa amin na you are willing to conduct the study and upon approval, you are willing to pursue the study. So I hope by this time, no, motivate ka na after mo makagawa ng title, ay may depensa mo yung title mo. No, may depensa mo. Basta may tinanong ang panel, kailangan straight to the point lagi ang sagot. Huwag nang magligoy-ligoy. No? Huwag nang magpunta kung saan-saan. Pag tinanong ni panel, saan ang lokal ng study, sabihin mo agad, may target local of the study, first and foremost, may mother school, and then the school surrounding our district. So, and of course, work closely with your STW or SDW professor. Work closely with them. And of course, consider the culture of your academic institution. Okay? So, good lang muna. Ayoko magsabi ng good luck. Ayoko umasa kayo sa luck. It's all about hard work. No? No, nothing beats hard work. Of course, yung prayer kay Lord, sabi nga nung aking pinanggalingang school na kung saan doon ako nagsimula ng aking professional career, sa St. Benedict School of Navaliches, sabi nila doon, no, ora et labora. Pray and work. Okay? So, yun na muna. I hope that you are learning from this vlog series. Abangan nyo pa yung mga sunod ko pang mga iba vlog na may kinalaman sa journey nyo sa inyong research writing. So, thank you for watching. Keep safe, everyone. Bye-bye.